The Lions won. It's a good Monday today. Copy that. All right, happy Monday, everyone. It is November 10th, 2025. The time is now 6 p.m., and it is our regular meeting. Madam Secretary, can you call us to roll call?
Davis,
Here.
Kennard, Piles,
Oh, I'm sorry, excused.
thank you. Kamal,
Here.
Jackson, Laster,
Present.
Rogers present. We have a quorum.
All right, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Be it resolved that the Board of Education accepts the November 10th, 2025 meeting agenda as amended to add the diligent presentation and closed session for the purpose of 8H, considering materials exempt from disclosure under another statute.
Support.
It's been motioned by Laster, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Kamal,
Yes.
Kennard. Rogers is yes. It's approved.
All right, thank you, Madam Secretary. We are now at public comment. Seeing none, we are moving to the presentations. We have a presentation from our National Honor Society from Romulus High School.
There you go. Wait, can I stand up here? I can? I won't leave. Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
How are you guys?
Doing well. Good energy. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Kamaya Martin, and I am the president of National Honor Society. Aside from me being the president, we have Alyssa Hoeing as the vice president, Jillian Hoeing as the secretary, and Mrs. Smith as the advisor. So here are just a few events that we volunteer at. There's plenty more, but there's just too many to mention. The Santa Shop is our favorite event because we give back. We love to work with the little kids, and this allows kindergarteners and special needs students to pick 2 gifts free of charge for their family members. I really love this event. Gift wrapping. This event was originated from Dr. Edmondson. We wrap anybody's gifts for a donation, and last year we wrapped 200 gifts in total. Hold on. Okay, the escape room. This is our reward trip. This was in Ann Arbor. The skills and critical thinking that we use in a classroom were used in this room. So I feel like this field trip was needed. We had to think outside the box. Lunch. After the escape room, we went to Red Robin. Everyone was able to purchase their lunch from the menu. And here we were able to talk about how we escaped the rooms. Thank you. Are there any questions?
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. She's a lady about her business. President Martin, how do you feel being the president of the Honor Society?
I feel happy. This was a big accomplishment. When I applied to colleges, I mentioned that I became president because when she sent out the Google form, I was overthinking, I was nervous, and I felt like I wasn't going to get the spot, but look at me now. I prayed, and I'm just happy that I stayed focused and determined because of my mother. She pushed me to always try my best, and she always encouraged me like, you know you won, you know you got this, and I got it. So I'm just very happy that I'm the president.
And I see you won homecoming queen as
Yes.
well. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. God's favor, yes.
Amen. Okay. Favor ain't fair. Can I just ask you, how do you feel about the culture and climate? This is not scripted because we haven't conversed, but I just wanted, from your opinion, how is the school year going?
I feel like the school year is going way better than the other years. I will say because of the principal now, and we've told him I have plenty of times. He just uplifts us in the school. You can feel the energy shift. He's there without being there. I feel like his presence is known in the school, and I'm just happy that he's here. I feel like, because I've been in Romulus since the 9th grade, so I can tell the difference between like who was here, who wasn't here, the teachers that's there, the teachers that's not there. So I will say it is better, and I'm happy that it's changed now because it's my last year.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions from the board?
Yes. Okay.
I want to know, like, what lesson have you learned being the president of the National Honor Society? Oh, what lesson have you learned being the president of the National Honor Society that you go take with you when you move on with higher education?
The lesson that I've learned from being the president is, I will say, I don't know, I feel like to always, okay, so before I was president, I will always lead, but I feel like being the president now, like I am someone that kids look up to. So even after I leave high school and graduate, I'm going to think like I became president. I have that title on me, so I will always share that and, you know, give off that energy to younger kids or just anybody, adults, because I did it, because, you know, even though I didn't think I would be able to do it.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so my question is very general. When I was at Romulus, I was on the National Honor Society as well, and I'm happy to see that we're still having those types of programs in our school district. But, and I know there's some criteria, you know, in terms of, you know, what, and it's probably a little steeper probably now than where we were, but how long have you been on the National Honor Society? Have you?
3 years. I got inaugurated my 10th grade year, April 24th. So
That's still the practice. Usually they are inducted into national after the first year.
That's whenever
as
they
a
can carry a
sophomore.
3.5.
And the GPA is a 3.5.
3.5, yeah.
Okay. And how many members do we have?
Right now, we have 40.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We have about 40.
Oh,
I
okay.
lost a couple, but
Well, you
I
can get
had
them
to be
back.
42. But
Okay.
not because of grades.
Okay, they
Not because of grades.
Okay.
They've moved or.
moved
what else
away or?
They moved away.
Okay.
So,
Well, thank you. Congratulations.
thank you.
we got one more.
It's my turn. Okay, let's start with this. Where are you going? Where are you applying?
Like
That's what colleges. I
all the
want
schools
names.
I've
I want
applied?
names.
Michigan State, #1,
Check,
Eastern,
check,
Central, Northern,
check. What was the other one? What's the fourth one?
Northern Michigan, U of M, Wayne State.
Northern. I'm still stuck on Northern.
I've just applied to a lot of colleges.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's your safety school? Do you know what a safety school is?
no.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you. Safety school is when you apply, the one school you know that with your eyes closed, you can get in and that you're okay getting in. Which one of those do you think is your safety school? And to all the other students, I want you to tell them, you always want to have a safety school. So if you only do 2 and neither of them take you, you're devastated. So always have one on that list that I know I can get in there and that I'm okay getting in there. Not like it's a lesser school, that you're okay getting in there. So where would that be?
Michigan State University.
Now, if you weren't here, I'd have something to say to Mr. He knows I would get him good because this is an opportunity to get him. But listen, just go. It's important. I'm glad that you apply and go somewhere and don't be afraid to go and leave your parents. It's okay. And even if you stay, it's okay. Before you rule something out, try it and then say, okay. Now, let's get to this one. This is to Miss Kathy too. So 40 kids. I know Miss Sandy's got to be thinking the same thing I am. Where are the rest of them? Only one? 1 out of 40? Tell me what's going on. The president asked you about the culture and climate of the school. She asked you about the culture and climate, and you said the culture and climate is good. I see 40, I hear 40 kids and I see only one that was courageous enough. Or maybe it's that maybe it's not courage. Maybe it's that you're the only one that had the free time to do it or the freedom or what. I just want to know what's going on, Dr. Harbell. Let's just listen, not you. I know who you are. What's going on?
Well, the vice president and secretary, they work. I will say most of the students do work or they have extracurricular activities. So early college, so it's just many reasons why they couldn't be present here today.
All right. And we don't want to make excuses for people.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this phrase. I'm going to ask you, what does it mean to you? And don't be nervous because you will get it right. And if not, we're going to help her get it right. Does everybody get that? What I'm going to ask her. When I was in college, somebody said to me, you don't have to be the president to run the frat. So I was in a fraternity. I wasn't the president, but I had a lot of influence. What does that mean? You don't have to be the president to run the frat.
I feel like
Okay, so you're president of this, and you talked about being a National Honor Society, but what am I getting at?
I feel like it means you don't have to have a title to be considered a leader. You don't have to be known. Like, you don't have to, I don't know, you don't have to have everyone following you or know you to have the influence or be important. That's what it means to me. Because without the National Honor Society title, I know that, or the homecoming title, I know I'm still a queen. I'm still the president. I'm still the president. So that's what it means.
You
to me.
answered that excellent, that when you get into an organization, you don't have to be the president of the school board or president of the glee club or president of the sorority. You don't have to. You just have to be somebody that works. You can have influence, okay? Plenty of people up here, we have influence. We don't have a title, but we have influence. If you're willing to do the work, you don't have to be the president, because you have a lot of presidents that sit there and do absolutely nothing, and they're just so happy because they have the title. So you don't have to be the president to run the sorority or the organization or anything. Just be somebody that contributes and that you're present. And I want all the rest of the students to know, because one person, I don't believe that 40 kids all were busy. There's no way that I believe that. No way do I believe that. But I will say that we need to get, and as I went to Dr. Harbell, I said, in our meeting today, we've got to expect more from kids. When we expect more, they will deliver. If you don't expect anything from them, they're not going to. You have to give them a chance, and then you hold them accountable. And holding them accountable is when you go back and you tell everybody that you were by yourself, and you stood in the gap for everybody in our organization, all 39 other kids. You were the only one here. It's got to get better. But I thank you. I'm very proud of you. You keep up the great work. Dr. Harbell might be able to help you get into MSU, without a doubt. So he says. Okay.
Wait a minute, ask her what she's going for. That's what I'm.
What are you going? Let's ask. What you going
Going
for?
to MSU to be a veterinarian.
Ooh, bam!
Yes.
Good in science? Oh, say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Math and science. Say yes. All right. And all it takes is work. Okay, that's it. You can be anything you want to be if you're willing to do the work. That's my mic. I just dropped it.
And she didn't say Ohio State.
Boop. Because we're not a safety school. That's exactly why.
Okay. Thank you, President Martin.
Excellent job. Ms. Smith, what'd you do? What you doing with that money we gave you, with that organization? We gave it to you last year. What'd you do?
I have to say one thing with
Come on.
Kamaya.
Yes, please do.
Kamaya just doesn't lead just in NHS.
That's clear.
She's a young lady who, when she's done with her work in another classroom, you'll find her in our classroom. Because she's
Oh.
always helping us.
That's great.
Always. Her, Jillian, and Alyssa. They're
Yeah,
always,
yeah,
and that's,
that's
I
right.
think I'm closest to these three because of that fact, is they're always with me. But our room it's a run-through for all the NHS kids. They tend to come throughout the day. But these guys come a lot more, let's just say that.
Yeah, that's great. That is
So-
great. What you doing with that money, though? I mean,
Where are we going again? She wants to go back to the
We wanna
escape
go
room.
back to
all
the
right, all
escape
right.
room.
That's what it's for.
Because
That's
we
what
really
it's for.
We enjoyed it, and I feel like it was a challenge. Like, even though we're outside of school and we're having fun, we were still thinking hard. Like, I
Working
remember-
together to-
yes,
isn't
we
it
were
great?
Working together, it was like really fun to be in there. Like, some people that are really quiet in school. We had to talk. We had to figure out, do puzzles. Like it was something. It was needed, basically.
Do you think Dr. Harbell was quiet in school? I'm just curious. Do you think he was quiet?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. Thank you. Appreciate it. He could learn a lot. Thank you.
I just want to add something. So you're going to Michigan State,
Yes.
the best school in the country. You said you went there, right?
Yes.
I just asked you, your mom, if you had a computer. You said no. So I'm going to buy you an Apple computer, and I'm going to give it to you tomorrow.
Oh.
Just text my wife. She will be at the Apple store. I'll get you to college.
Thank you.
This man, look at this man. This man here. Look at this man. Look at
Go
that.
on,
man.
Dr.
Santa,
Harville. That's what
Santa,
I'm
baby.
talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you.
You getting her the cover for it, Dr. Emerson? You say you gonna get the cover for the computer?
I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I have no problem with that.
Oh, and the mouse. Okay.
I don't have any problem with
You
that
have to
either.
cut my mic off, sorry. But we are so proud of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
You don't have to stay. Pretty.
We are now ready for the diligent presentation, I think, from Mr. Matt Irvin.
Alrighty, hi everyone, can you hear me?
Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Appreciate you all having me this evening. I will make sure to keep it brief. But just to tell you all a little bit about what we do, is we work with public sector organizations all over the country, mostly K through 12 districts, with the plan to, to help them run their board meetings more efficiently, with emphasis on being as transparent as possible, with board members and with the public, allowing them to access all of their board materials in the easiest way possible. So what I will try to do here is I can share my screen, assuming you can all see me, right? And then what we can look at is we'll briefly look at what the public side can look like, and then from there can kind of show you on the back end, especially from what a board member's perspective, what they will be able to, how they will be able to access all of their different materials too. So let me know when you see. Okay. Let me know when you see Godfrey Lee Public Schools here. All right, so another Michigan district that we work with. So this will be just an example of what your public site can look like. So this will link from your current website. This isn't a replacement of your current website by any means. This will link from your current website and be that public portal for all of your board materials. So wherever you have that tab for Board of Education or agendas and minutes, wherever you want to put it, that can take you to a page that looks similar to this. And of course, we'll match your colors, logos, all that good stuff. We can see on the right side here, they've got a couple meetings in November. We can see they've got a meeting tonight as well. Our upcoming meetings and then our recent meetings. Here's where you can access all of the calendar. You can see what meetings are taking place, where they're taking place, and then if the agenda's been posted, we can click in to view it here. But if you want to view all of our different meetings, you can click on that meetings tab, and here's where we can view any different meetings we have. So if you want to look at any regular meetings, work sessions, anything like that, that's where you can separate everything. So let's just click in to view our September meeting as an example here. And this is where we can access our agenda and our minutes. So this is the web view of the agenda. And as you can see in the web, that example, actually, let me go to a different agenda. That actually has links on it. Sorry, let me find a good agenda that one can actually show. Here we go. So as you can see, with this web view of the agenda, any links that we have are just linked here, or attachments, but we can also download that full packet via PDF too. So if anybody still does want that hard copy with that full version, you can view it here. But what's nice about the web view is we have our split screen. So any attachments that we have, we can click. Oh, it's not going to work because it's basically it would click and it would view it side by side next to the agenda. Your minutes will be the same thing. And those will all be created within here. Everything is also fully searchable. So with this searchability, we're not just searching for November 10th and it's pulling you to the top of that agenda. We're doing keywords, key phrases. It's even going to scan your attachments too. So especially beneficial if you know the topic that you're looking for, but you don't remember if it was on, say, the November meeting or the October meeting. It doesn't matter. It's going to pull from all of your different meetings. We can even filter that down by date created, title, alphabetical, so you can really be specific with that search. All right. We also have the document library. If you have any documents that you'd like to post outside just your typical agendas and minutes that are beneficial for the public to see, we can come in and post here. Also a great place to post all of your old board meeting materials. So everything that's on your website right now, say it's in PDF, you can bring that over too, to make sure that to keep everything still in one place. And this will also be fully searchable. And you can also subfolder this however you'd like. So everything can be organized, like you can have past board meeting materials and then 2024, 2023, different subfolders in that way to make everything easily accessible. And the last thing, just another way for more public transparency, is if any members of the public, parents, anybody like that, want to come in and hit subscribe, they can select that, sign up. Let's select our regular meetings, so any meetings that you make publicly available, we can sign up for, enter our email address, and then anytime that an agenda's been posted, we can be notified via email with a link to take them directly to their agenda. So, as far as the public side goes, that's pretty much it. As far as the back end, we don't need to go in, to the full details of how everything is built, because that we don't want to. We'll spend more time on what the board members look like. But basically, on the back end, the goal is to save Eve time creating all the agendas. Reports can be submitted to her directly to be put on the agenda. So all that needs to be done is hit approve, and it can be automatically added to the agenda. Don't have to go in and worry about formatting, anything like that. But once the agenda has been shared with board members, so there's two different options. We can share it with board members, and then we can hit publish. But basically, what will happen is when it is shared with you all as board members, you will receive an email that will say, hey, the November 10th meeting has been shared with you. Click on the link to view it here. You will click on the link, and it will take you to a view that looks like this. So here's where you can have your agenda. This is a very generic agenda because I didn't type much, but you can click through your table of contents on the left, any attachments in the agenda.
We can't see anything. We can't see anything.
Oh, you got the wrong, you don't see the right tab, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me go. All right, how about now? Sorry about that. Not used to Google Meets. So here's where we can, the board members' perspective from the agenda. So once it is shared with them, they will receive an email, click on the link, and it will take them to the page that looks like this. And then here is where they can click through their table of contents on the left. Any attachments that are within this agenda too, we can click and view those. We can also search through this agenda if we'd like. But another thing that's neat from a board member's perspective too, is we can come in and we can highlight, we can underline, let's draw a little arrow here, or let's make some comments. So these are little reminders you can set yourself if you're looking over the agenda before the meeting. And these notes are private to just you. Nobody else gets to see this, confidential, your personal agenda, with your own personal scratch pad. Another thing to note too is this is all mobile friendly, so you can access this on your phone, iPad, laptop, whatever you got, and there will be a pretty clean view to access there. But essentially, that's pretty much it from a board member's perspective. Eve will have the option to also. We're on our November 25th meeting. So that was when it was shared with the board, but now now we can also go in, and once it is ready to go out to our public site, we will just hit publish. We'd like to notify our subscribers. You can do that here. And that will be published. And then, of course, say it is shared or published, and maybe there were some late additions, or maybe some typos were noticed. We can quickly edit it, unpublish it, and republish it, and re-notify members with just a couple clicks too, without having to, delete it and manually delete it, and re-upload it, and add attachments and things like that. And then I guess the last thing is also, live while the meeting's going along, we can take our minutes right from here that are gonna pull directly from that agenda that we just created, with us having the ability to take our roll call, we have our attendance, and we can take all of our voting here directly within the system, which those vote records and attendance records will all be historically tracked too, so you'll have archives from all your different meetings of everything that took place. All right, I know I was moving kind of quick there. I didn't want to take too much of your time, but that's from a pretty high level, and especially from a board member's perspective. That's a lot of it from a high level. I guess I can pause there and see if you all have any questions, if there's anything else we want to dive deeper into.
Any questions from the board? Yes.
Hey, how you doing, Matt? It's Board Member Jackson. So I see that you guys use AWS. In the event of another downtime that AWS has, say it's a meeting going on right then, how would you handle that?
So that's a good question. I can send over to a security sheet. I'm not necessarily the IT guy, so I don't have the exact answers for that. But anytime there is a drop in AWS, I believe there are backup options too, with the storage, and to make sure that you're still able to go live, even if I know we had an AWS issue recently while this was taking place. But I don't want to misspeak completely on that, but I will make sure, put in my notes to send over a fact sheet with all of our security details as well, so you can, have that in writing, the exact answer to that.
Okay, so when you have that sent over with security concerns, could you also ask if another school district was hacked, would that impact us? Because I see you work with people in Dallas and you work with other sites in Michigan. Would that impact what we have going on?
That would not, no. That everything is all you are separate from every other school district.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
Yes, Madam President. This is Trustee Kennard speaking. How are you this evening? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, all right. So from a content management perspective, so what I'm gathering here is that this is focusing specifically on board issues, correct? So how would this impact what we already have? I know you kind of breezed over it, but from a contact management, I know you can design it with the colors and so forth, but from in the behind set, how is it compatible to what we already have? And if it's going to make any changes to anything, what might that be? And what's your experience with that? Or can you share some more in-depthness on that?
So I guess if I heard your question correctly, and it kind of cut out a little bit, but I think I understood what you said. It's just from the system that you have right now, adapting to what this is basically we're going to be able to, mirror all of your templates, the layout of your agendas, minutes, everything like that. We'll be able to mirror that through your template and make sure everything moves over. But then there'll also be training, and how you're able to access, how you're able to submit items into the agenda in this way versus, the manual process of emailing items over and then manually adding those attachments to the agenda. But everything will still look very similar from, at least the agenda piece itself will look very similar to what they look like right now, if that's what you're.
Okay, yeah. And so, and I know you don't have the answers to this now, but when you're considering something like this in terms of the development and rollout of this? Usually, what is the time frame usually for something like this? Seeing that we already have something in place, so what are your time, what are you looking?
Yeah, so usually I would say from signature date to when you're fully up and running, it's, I would say probably a little over 2 months to when you're fully able to, everybody's trained, you're able to run a full live meeting. And basically how those 2 months work is within 10 days of you signing a contract, you will be assigned a implementation specialist that will reach out to you to set up a kickoff call. Basically, that kickoff call is we will talk about, you know, what we want on your site, you know, your templates, users, information we want to bring over. Then for the next few weeks, they will be working on the back end, building everything out for you. And then that's when we will get into our different training sessions. And there will be different training sessions for, you know, admins. Those are actually putting the agendas together versus board members. They might not necessarily need as in-depth sessions, but, you know, it's not like a set time frame where, you know, it's not like, okay, you have 2 hours of training and that's it, you gotta go from there. We're gonna make sure that everybody's comfortable, you know, it's as much training as we need before we're fully ready to go live and have a meeting. So it's kind of up to you all how long we want that implementation process to take, but, you know, generally I would say 8 to 10 weeks or so.
Okay, thank you.
Eve?
Not to get too detailed into it. But we currently don't have anything, so we don't have templates. Every board meeting, we're starting from scratch. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We don't have anything when it comes to archival of our minutes. So when we talk about how it would be different from what we're doing now, every board meeting, we start from scratch, type everything up in Word, and go from there. So it would be a completely different than what we're doing now, but I think when you look at trying to go back in years to look at meeting minutes and things like that, it's really touch and go on what we may or may not have.
And Eve, if you can speak to, I know we talked about this back in May, and I talked with you and Adam because this would encompass both of you. You both have used board docs in your previous districts.
I used board docs in the sense that it held all of our board policy, which I, compared to not having anything, I thought it was super user-friendly. I don't know if Adam feels differently, but not that I plan on going anywhere, but if I do, the next person is kind of guessing on historically where everything is. And I think this would help archive for future reference a lot. I'm guessing that board docs that we used was a little bit differently than what we're talking about here, but I think it all intertwines.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, board, if you're asking Matt a question, he can't hear the microphones you're speaking into. So if you talk directly at him, that's the microphone he's picking up. Just a FYI.
Thank you.
Okay.
So just kind of how this came about, I think this goes back to May. I don't know if Matt reached out to me or if I seen something that came across and we just kind of sparked the conversation, because the key thing here is transparency, and we don't really have anything locked in where somebody can look back and you can type up and let's look at sinking fund from whenever, you know. So I just was like, okay, that's interesting. So it's been a process going since May, talking and trying to get him in front of the board so you guys can hear the same thing that I heard. And then with Eve just talking about what she does, how she says she has to start from scratch every time, I just felt like it would be something worthwhile to bring forth to you guys. So this is what this presentation is for, birthed from May, and we're here now. So if you guys have any questions, of course, this is a time just to have that dialogue to see what you guys are thinking. Yes.
So currently, we have nothing in place for archiving like minutes or anything. Yeah, but that's not an easy
No,
find.
that's-
Okay.
You really have to kind of like go off of YouTube and be like, okay, well, they talked about that in this meeting, so let me try to go. Yeah.
You're literally opening up every document and then like Control F and looking for a word. It's a lot.
Okay, so being that that's the only thing we have in place, how do we archive that over? Like, is that part of the 2-month rollout? Oh, I'm talking to you,
It's
man. I'm sorry.
legacy.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
will have, so for your old documents too, those can go into your document library. That can also be put into, this system. It will be a little bit different from what the new ones will look like because it will still be in that PDF format. But at least they will still come into the system, subfolder however you'd like, and then that will also be fully searchable too because it will OCR scan those documents as well. So at least there still will be that searchability feature within the document library. It'll look a little bit different from the new agendas moving forward because it will be from the new process, but at least it will still all be under the same umbrella with that searchability.
Okay, and then my final question about the security of this, because everybody says they have a 99% runtime. So, in the case that it is that 1% that is not a runtime, what do you do for us in that event? Like, we need to know, like, because anything with information is valuable to somebody, and we talk a lot of business here. This is a school board meeting, and that information could be more valuable to somebody than we ever think. And it only take 30 seconds to get that information into the wrong hands, even though it's public. You don't know how people use it. So, like, how do we really protect this? Because most of these things happen when taken from an old system to a new system.
Yeah, so I guess everything that you keep internal is protected, through those AWS servers with security and data encryption as well. I guess when anything does happen though, we are notified right away, 24/7, 365. People are on top of it right away. If you notice anything, support is also 24/7, 365. But also, kind of going back to what I mentioned earlier about the security stuff, the IT side of things. That's not necessarily my specialty, but the that one sheeter that I send over that I'll send it to you right after this. That has to that goes through all the security specifications. That should be able to answer that question better than I can at this second. So, apologize, I don't have the exact answer on the security stuff, but I will make sure to get those answered for you as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Well, for me, I'm all for a system like this. I think about, let's just say I wanted to go and find out when I was hired the first time. I could probably put something in and it pops up immediately. Right now, I'm like, okay, when was that? And I'm getting older too. So, when was that? Eve, could you check? It's just a hassle. I mean, this is 2025. Some things make good sense. So when you're looking for things, and I do see her. Last week I saw her. I'm like, what are you doing? And then it's like this week's agenda. Then she goes and erases all that stuff and puts I'm like, what is that? There's got to be a better way. So the timing is perfect, whether it's this company or another company. And I don't know what the other company is. But just having those things, and Mr. Jackson, if you wanted to go back and see when something happened and you just punch in or ask Eve and she can just punch it in and we can find it, then you don't have to go through that looking all around for stuff, where is Waldo type of stuff, trying to figure out where stuff is. So whether it's this one or another one, I just think it's time to get with the technology that's available to us.
I think with having the secretary, whoever that is, to be able to do it while the meeting is going on, superintendent evaluations or anything that's connected to that agenda, somebody in the public can just click right to it versus searching over like, hey, where is this at? It's on the agenda. So that's just a little caveat I had. Thank you, Matt.
August.
I appreciate you all having me. If any other questions come up, you all have my contact information, so feel free to shoot me any other emails. If you want to set up another call with anybody, more than happy to do that. But thank you all for having me. Really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Sandy Tenney says it's August 2020. That's when I got hired. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. The first time. Appreciate that.
Madam President, I have a question. So are we anticipating other vendors pertain on this, or is this?
That's something, honestly, it just came across and I just was like, I want to bring it in front of the board to see because, like he said, whoever we go with, I feel like it's something we need to do. So if it's not this, we can look into other companies if they do that. It was just Matt just fell across my email.
Yeah, well,
We
I
just
think it's a
started
good thing,
conversing.
technology, we need to get there. You know, we've talked about it for years, and I think if, for good practices, we should always have something that we compare to, even if this is. So who's ever had, looking into this, if they could bring two more to go with it.
I've personally never heard of any other company, just when I go to RISA things, or that's the only company I've ever heard other districts use. Not to say that there isn't other.
Yeah. But as long as you do your due diligence and you come back and say, okay, this is whatever, I think that will satisfy, the board.
Get some
Keeping us in, keeping us
Get
in
some feedback
process.
from
getting
those other
feedback, yeah.
districts.
Thank you.
Consent agenda. Be it resolved that the Board of Education approves the November 10th, 2025 consent agenda as presented. Matters listed under the consent agenda are considered routine in nature by the Board of Education and will be acted upon by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items. If any member of the board or any citizen requests discussion of an item, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will become the first item of business under the report of the superintendent portion of the agenda. A, approval of the minutes of the Board of Education for October 27th, 2025 regular meeting. B, approval of the financial statements for October 2025. C, approval of the bills for payment as submitted by Dana Blair in the amount of $1,173,570.11. D, approval of the personnel actions as submitted by Executive Director of Administration / Human Resources, Mr. Kevin Brock. Employment of Brooke Fick, counselor at RHS. Kristen Bobby, ELA interventionist at Romulus High School. Julia Mehta, general ed social worker at Hill Creek. Rosalind Brantley, general ed social worker at WIC. Sandra Parker, resource teacher, Hill Creek. Chris Herbal, special ed paraprofessional, WIC Elementary. And Kim Perez, resource teacher at WIC Elementary.
Support.
It's been motioned by Rogers, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call.
Rogers is yes. Davis.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Kamal.
Yes.
Kennard.
Yes.
And Laster.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
All right, thank you so much. We are now at the report of the superintendent, Dr. Benjamin Edmondson, with the district update.
Thank you. Just an update that this Saturday through Tuesday, a team of 8 of us are going to the AOPA, Foundation High School Aviation STEM Symposium in Indiana. And that's the AOPA stands for Aircraft Owners and Pilot Association. We're looking to, right now we have an aviation class in the 8th grade. We're looking to expand the offerings to the high school. So we're going there, a team of 8 of us, including Dr. Harvell, who's right there, and Mr. Dennison, who's right there, and Dr. Shammy. That's 4 of the 8. Again, we're leaving Saturday. We'll be back Tuesday night, off Wednesday, just so we're clear, because of the travel. Pretty excited about that opportunity. A group of my team went last year to, I believe it was Atlanta, Georgia, and they came back with information, and this will be part of our CTE program, which is directed by Dr. Jamie Nelson. Equally, I'm excited that our flight simulator arrived, and Mr. Dennison was playing with another one of the toys that we bring into the school district that's fun for kids. It's very exciting seeing it. Go ahead. What were you saying? What's that? Oh, setting it up. Really neat, though. Really neat. Like, really, what I saw, the pictures that I saw was like, wow, we're going to try to do that. I mean, I'm very excited about that, but I'm looking to learn because last year I opted out and let other people go, and this year it only makes sense that I do show up. But I'm very excited. You can go into the middle school, the 8th grade, at any time. I believe it's first hour. I think they have advisory first hour, but it's after that. We have a number of students that are in that class. It's a packed class, but we're looking forward to learning some things and working with the other school districts in Wayne County. I can't tell you who they are. I'll tell you when I come back who they are, but I know there is a commitment in the Downriver area too, so looking forward to that. 2, I'm glad that we have finished the audit. We'll be talking about that. Ms. Blair will share that with us Later on, we'll have the presentation from Gaybridge at our next board meeting. Seems to be okay, which is good. You always want good news, so no news is good news. So pretty happy about that, year two in that audit process, that we're good to go so far. 3, after that presentation, I believe in December, we'll be amending the budget in December now that we have our monies. And that leads to our closed session. We'll talk about the closed session while we're having that, but it does have an impact. Student councils at both schools. I had at the middle school and the high school, I actually had a meeting with both facilitators together. Dr. Petroda, Ms. Maxwell at the middle school, Dr. Petroda at the high school, to talk about some collaboration that I'd like to see between our middle school and high school. They're both doing some good things, but sometimes they're competing against each other. So they are having a bowling event on, I don't know when, in November, right up at Waltz. They're having a bowling event during school where the student councils of both schools will work collaboratively to bowl, obviously. And we're going to feed them, and then they're going to talk about some things that they'd like to do together. I suggested that they do just one activity together, one fundraiser or something together, so that, you know, I'm trying to remind kids and staff that us doesn't mean your own school. Us means the cadre of schools that we have here. So we're working on that. I'm sure Dr. Harvell said he'll be there naturally. He's probably paying for all the bowling, too. This guy's outstanding. 5, I feel the need to address this, and I'm going to say it here. No, I'll leave that for last. I'm going to jump to 6. Last week, we provided meals to families. We provided over 400 meals. We all know what's happening at the federal level and actually the state level. Looks to be some changes back to normal soon enough, but we were still planning to have another meal this week. I just want to make sure. Let me just say this. The need is there for everybody. The need is there. Do we need to know the numbers? Really, we don't. When I tell you, the needs are there. But 400 meals, if I had to guess, I'd say about 150. Maybe 200, but I feel like there was more about 150. Wonderful. The families were just so gracious to us and so appreciative. I want to thank Brian Eade and his staff at Chartwells who didn't ask any questions. We didn't ask questions. We're not going to ask questions. You're not here for me to have a discussion about why you're here. Don't care. So I felt so good about my role in the school district and what we were doing as a school district. I felt so good about that. So we'll continue. I don't know what day we had next, Wednesday or Thursday. I just one of those. But I'll get back and put another message out until I feel comfortable that we're okay and families are okay. I just feel like I hope that I still have your support to go ahead and do it for our families in this community. Again, I didn't ask, do you go to Metro? Do you go to Summit? We're not doing all that. You come because you need. And if somebody takes an extra, oh well, they took an extra. So I just want to thank the board and the staff, those that offered to volunteer too, and Chartwells was so gracious. It was a good moment for our school district. It was a good moment for our community. We don't have to go advertise. Look at me, look at what I'm doing. We're not doing all that. So I'm very excited about that. I'm not going to encourage you to come. If you want to come and get a meal, that's your choice, but we're not coming to see what's going on. If you want to come, just come and be of service. 7. Isn't this a pretty boardroom? I thought I'd get more compliments than that, but I didn't get them yet. So I'll wait for them. But I want to thank.
I noticed the difference.
I want to thank somebody. Judy just said she noticed a difference. Is that what it is? It's
I noticed this.
yes.
I walked in.
We changed the look. We're changing there's going to be the board goals up here and our vision statement or mission statement for sure. Just making some upgrades. What I'm going to ask is that if I can arrange it for November, the next meeting, if not December, I'd like a nice picture of each one of you, a nice professional picture that we'll provide. You just have to show up. We'll provide, because I'd like, when you come into the boardroom, usually there's pictures of your board members, and I'd like to see that from you. You all look so good. You all look so good. I want to do that, and I want to have one picture of us that looks like we're actually working together. So I'll have Eve. I know, but actually looking at the picture too. But I'll have Eve put that together if you don't mind. us to have a nice picture that's here, and that's also on our website, because I don't think that we have one. And I just want uniformity, that everybody, the backgrounds look the same and everything looks the same. So we'll get with you on that one. So last and not least, do I have to mention it? Nope, but I'm going to. So I got a text the other day saying, hey, there's a rumor out there that you're applying for Wayne Westland Community Schools. First of all, I was a principal in Wayne Westland. But let me clear this up, and let me just be open and honest, because on Wednesday I have to present Inspire and Ignite speaker series to the high school students about the career of superintendency, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm showing kids that I was once young as well, because kids don't always see you as that you were 2, 8, 9, 12, 14. So I'm going to share that part and what I love about this job and what are some of the things that I don't like. But I can tell you this, and this is what I said. I could pull my text out. I was like, what? Why would I leave here? Okay, for multiple reasons. I need to be here for me. I have work to do. I was brought back. I'm so gracious to the Board of Education for bringing me back. But there's work to do here. I'm comfortable here. I know the community here. I know the pitfalls. I know who I can't trust, and I know who I can trust. That takes time. You don't jump somewhere else and have to do that all over again. Wouldn't do that. I love my team. I was just writing things down. Love my team. Love the students, the staff. I mean, these things just matter to me. Parents are great to work with. There's work to do. I have a good board, and this is what I said in that text. When the board says it's time for me to go, I'm done. I'm done with education, and I mean it. I'm done. I have done this for 30-plus years. I'm good. I still feel that there's work for me to do. I have a number in mind when I'm going to walk away. Hopefully I get to walk away and you don't send me out. But if you do, then so be it. It's business. But I love this job. I love coming every single day here. And I got upset about that. Like, who would even spread such a rumor that is baseless, just completely baseless? But obviously it's been circulating. But there's no way. I love this community. I love coming to work. I love the kids. I love doing what I'm doing. When students get up and talk to me, when Jarrell got up and said, Dr. E, kids are wondering, where you been? That stuff matters. I put time into this community. I put time into my job. I love it. So anybody that says he's applying, first of all, I'm not applying. I can't tell you when the last time I had to redo my resume. I was like, I'm done. This is it. This was it for me, because I mean it. I am done. I'm just not going to do that. I'm too old in my career now to try to go somewhere else. When I retire, I'm done. Maybe I will after that when I retire, but I want to be done, and I'd like my career to end in Romulus, because I've had a good run and we still have work to do and my team still likes me. That matters too. The board at this point seems to still like me. Hold on, Mr. Jackson. I need you, brother. You might be the swing boat one day. But I like it here, and I just wanted to say that because I had heard that that's out there, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. But I am an honest guy. If it was, I'd be like, hey, I got to do what I have to do. But it's been a great run. Even the things that didn't go well in my career, to be able to come back, what a tremendous story that I have that other people don't have, that I was able to come back. And when I saw a student the other day, she said, I remember when you were here. I asked her, what grade are you in? She said, a senior. I said, I don't remember you. She said, I remember you when I was in the 8th grade, and I remember when you left. I said, oh, wow, that's great. I was so glad to hear that I'm still making a difference. So just wanted to say that publicly to everybody. Now, for some people, maybe that's disappointing news. But you know what? For me, I think it's the best news, and for our community, I think it's great news. So thanks, everybody, for allowing me to do this job at the high level that I'd like to do it to. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Edmondson. We are now at the report of Director of Operations, the great Jason Perkins, with an action item.
Good evening, Board. Per our board policy, the board policy states that Dr. Edmondson is to review the items for potential auction and that the board approves it. So here I am. You guys should be pretty familiar with this based on my last presentation to purchase the new vehicles, where I showed off the beautiful old vehicles that we would be auctioning. Those are the ones on the list in front of you. Also, if you remember, we're going to do 2 auctions just based on what we learned last time from the last auction. It was kind of chaos with 2 locations. The vehicles are here, and then the next one will be all the old cafeteria tables and stuff over at the high school. So I'll be back again shortly to approve a second auction, but this is the first of 2 in front of you.
And I am here to say that I had an opportunity to see one of the things that we were putting out for bid. I said, "Ooh, I like that. That looks good. Looks like I'm going to bid on it." Till I got in it. And I said, "Oh, no, we're good. We're good." So the board has made the right choice, and under your direction, sir, you are making the right decisions on terms of what needs to go and what needs to stay. Because on the outside, I said, "You know what? That's what I'm going to bid on that," until I got in.
I just hope that we're not anticipating a big payday from this because you guys, the old vehicles are in pretty poor condition. Maybe a few thousand per vehicle. We also have 2 of the old buses on there and our old high-low for you guys to approve. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Someone read the action item?
Madam President and Board, recommended motion, move that the Board of Education approve the auction of items listed through Bidgeri Auction Company. The rationale of the auctioning of obsolete district vehicles to maximize value from equipment that is no longer cost-effective to operate or maintain. By auctioning these units, the district can recover some financial value while freeing up storage space and reducing maintenance and insurance costs. There's no budget implications, and the information is stated as listed items in our board packet.
Support.
It's been motioned by Kennard, supported by Rogers. Any discussion? Roll call.
Kennard.
Yes.
Rogers is yes. Kamal.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
And Laster.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Thank you, Board, for the support. And all jokes aside, if you are interested in purchasing anything, seriously, or know anyone who is, the more we advertise it, the more these could potentially go higher in terms of bids. So if you know anyone, it's Biddergy, BIDDERGY.com. Or if you just want to watch what our vehicles are doing when they go up for auction, to watch on the website there.
So before you said, Madam President, I hope I'm not out of place, but this week, I think it's this week, I'll be going to look at workshops on electric buses or anything. I don't know if you're familiar or you know about it or anything, so I'll be bringing that information back. Is that true? That's
I'm not sure what you're speaking. I know you're talking about the information I
yeah,
sent
the
you
information
guys.
you sent, yeah. So,
I think it was about a conference. I'm very familiar with
yeah.
the electric buses.
The electric buses,
To
yeah.
be full transparency, to be honest, we're not a big fan, and a lot of districts have been having a lot of problems with them breaking down, manufacturers going out of business. We've heard mostly bad things so far. I'm sure that scale is going to tip at some point, but right now it's scary. It's a scary proposition.
electric, okay, got you. All right.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you. We are now at the report of board subcommittees.
Oh, okay.
Well- Yeah, go ahead.
The next strategic plan committee will be sometime towards the end of November. Once an exact date is established, I'll send out an invitation to the rest of the board for anyone who wants to join. I'm still seeking people to provide feedback on potential changes to the Student Code of Conduct. If you're interested, reach out to me by email, which is on the district website. As far as board training and professional development committee, I also want to make changes to the superintendent evaluation tool. I'll talk more about that at the goal-setting meeting on Wednesday. And last thing, MASB has a board self-assessment tool on their website. I think it'd be a good idea to see where our strengths and weaknesses are as a team and work towards improvement over the next school year. That's it.
Thank you, Trustee Kamal. Sinking Fund, we will be meeting on Monday at 4 p.m. And then for Finance, we're thinking about going back to the third Tuesday, and then we'll just make a date for when you come back from your conference to go from there. But that's from Sinking Fund and Finance. Anything else? All right. We have an action item under my report. I just want to thank President Martin for her presentation and Ms. Smith from the NHS. And I also have sent a couple of emails to you guys. If you could just thank you, Trustee Jackson and Trustee Kamal, for responding to my quiz asked a couple of questions to see what you guys are thinking about a board retreat, how you think about the board, and just some other questions. So if you could do that when you get a chance, and also send a couple of updates about when you do your subcommittee meetings, how to communicate that to Eve to make sure everybody gets credit for their meetings. And also I sent a, trying to get the dates for a finance meeting in December where we can just talk with Dana as a board and just go over like what's to come, what's at a all of those things. So if you guys can get me a date and respond, either in text or email, so we can get that on the calendar. And that's all that I have. And I have an action item if somebody can read that.
Madam President, move that the Board of Education approve the December 8, 2025 regular board meeting to be held at Romulus High School. Rationale, the Eagles Nest grand opening will be held at Romulus High School on December 8, 2025, prior to the regular board meeting. Moving the board meeting to Romulus High School will allow board members and district employees to attend both events. No budget implications and no exhibit.
Support.
It's been motioned by Davis, supported by Rogers. Any discussion? Roll call.
Davis.
Yes.
Rogers is yes. Jackson.
Yes.
Kamal.
Yes.
Laster.
Yes.
Kennard.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Thank you. And then communication for board members, Trustee Kamal. Treasurer Kennard.
Nothing.
Madam Secretary.
Nothing.
Trustee Jackson.
Nothing.
Vice President Davis. Keep it going, Dr. Edmondson. Nothing? All right. We are now at the closed session. Be it resolved that the Board of Education approves the November 10th, 2025 closed session for the purpose of 8H, considering material exempt from disclosure under another statute.
Support.
It's been motioned by Laster, supported by Davis. Any discussion? Roll call.
Laster.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Kamal.
Yes.
Kennard.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Rogers is yes. Motion is approved. It is 7:02.
Thank you.